Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 1 and our project title is Scholars from Different Ideologies such as Liberalism, Feminism, Secularism, and etc. should be allowed to express their views in IIUM. My name is Amr Zaki bin Abdul Aziz, student ID 1928759, and I will be explaining about the introduction and white hat. Freedom of speech is a basic human right that has come more prevalent in today's world. Although it is legal in many countries, however, in Malaysia, to criticize or discuss ideas that are contrary to the Islamic law, it is considered a safe haven for debate and discussion. This discussion will help us find an answer to this given topic. It will also help us identify the pros and cons of accepting this topic. The report will start off with Whitehead, which talks about pure facts and figures related to the issue, followed by the Redhead, where feelings and intuition about the proposals are listed. Then there is the Blackhead, where all the possible worst case scenarios and problems if the topic is to be accepted will be listed, followed by the Yellowhead, which contradicts the previous head. The Yellowhead will be addressing best case scenarios and the positive things that can happen if the topic is to be accepted. Next is the green hat, where creative solutions were given to solve the problems in the black hat. And finally, the blue hat, where the decision is made after analyzing all the points in the previous hat. White hat. First point is International Islamic University, Malaysia. IIUM is an Islamic university. The name of the university itself can be seen as a reflection of the university's philosophy. The philosophy of the university is based on belief that knowledge is a means to salvation. The second point of Whitehead is universities in Malaysia have been a place for extremist ideologies recruitment. Since universities in Malaysia are considered a place for radical ideologies to thrive, the number of recruits has increased significantly. Many of them are students of public and private universities. And the third point in Whitehead is most university students are young and active. Young people have various forms of participation in today's world. This is evidenced by the fact that they are more prone to participating in political activities and are less committed to attending lectures. That's all from me. We'll proceed to the next presenter.
My name is Siti Nuraisha binti Muhammad Sofi, metric number 19122X6, and I will be explaining about the red hat. The first point under the red hat thinking style is the scholar would feel pleasure to express their views in the university. When the scholars are allowed to express their ideologies, they will feel pleasure to do that because the first one, university students are the perfect target to be influenced and spread the ideologies bring by the scholars. The second, the lecturers are also free to express their own views and ideas based on the ideologies during the class lessons. Second, IIM students will be excited to be exposed to various different ideologies and views. IIM students may be excited to gain new knowledge on the different ideologies and views in their campus surrounding bring by the scholars. The exposure may help them to understand better in some courses in their university, especially for social science students. Therefore, the scholars will bring more enlightenment to the students regarding their ideology and objective of each ideologies for study purposes. The third one is students who actively participate in the class discussion. Unlike the normal syllabus, the ideas and information expressed from the scholars related to different ideologies such as liberalism, feminism would give a new environment of learning for students. As such, communication between lecturers and students will be focused on two-way discussion which will be more exciting. Hence, the additional information about different ideologies will also make lecturers able to enhance their learning materials content whereby it is beneficial for student itself. Now I will continue explaining on 2 points from the black hat thinking style. The first point under black hat thinking style is students might be confused by the different ideas. The students, especially those who did not have a strong Islamic background, might be easily confused by the different views from different scholars because the lack of enough knowledge about Islam, and which make them jump into the false conclusion. Besides that, students who lack sound thinking might encounter deeper problems to the extent they might abandon their studies. The second one, students might subscribe to the different ideologies. Students might accept the new ideas, including the dangerous ones, especially the younger ones, because they are the most susceptible to new things due to their higher level of wonder. Moreover, the students could be able to recruit in the extreme group that are propagating the wrong agenda. There are also cases whereby university students were recruited actively by the IS and on the other extreme and liberalist group.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Basit Binti Muhammad Norman, 1918862. Now I will continue the presentation on the third point on black hat. The third point is university students will not be able to digest all ideologies. Too much information sometimes will make the students get bored and might not be able to master all of them. This is because students find it difficult and they need to learn many different views, which eventually reduces their interest. Next, it can cause a ruckus among the staff and the students. Sometimes the differences of opinions and ideas might lead to fights and even physical ones, especially in an international ecosystem where the customs can slightly differ. Even though university staff are assumed to have the academic professionalism, contrasting ideas are sometimes hard to be tolerated, especially if one feels that it has wandered into one's personal territory. If this happens, it might affect the harmony of the university and will lead to a constant enmity. Next, yellow hat. The diverse thoughts can contribute to the growth of academic discussions and knowledge. Universities as higher education centers should be the hub of knowledge growth and the think tank of a society. The Islamic Golden Age has witnessed the establishment of standardized education centers, as well as the world's first university. The Islamic world during those days was the melting pot of various cultures and ideas, while the Great Library of Baitul Hikmah was the proof of Islam's emphasis on knowledge. The differences of opinions did not prevent them from producing more literature, but instead, those very differences were the reason why they become active. Hence, many magnum opuses were written. The second is contributes to the maturing of the students' thoughts instead of keeping them sheltered. The university is the place where students will meet people from all walks of life, especially if it hosts students from all across the continents. Hence, it is inevitable that the students will be exposed to different thoughts and ideas. Thus, the suitable action is that the university must provide proper guidance in dealing with the abundance of information, not curbing it all together. Discussion issues, especially in an academic way, enhances the students' cognitive skills, exercises their abilities to formulate proper arguments before reaching a conclusion, and contributes to a systematic thinking system that is urgently needed by everyone in this day and age. That's all from me. Next, I will pass to the next presentation. To the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So I'm going to continue with two more points for the yellow hat, and then I'm going to go to the green hat. But before that, my name is Nurul Hani bint Ahmad, metric number 1813532. So the next point for the yellow hat is that if we accept the proposal, it can lead to the formation of the higher order thinking skills and analysis, or also known as HOTS. This is because of the unstraightforward knowledge input given to the students, leading them to make use of all the necessary skills that will be applicable for them in their upcoming journey in life. From the knowledge that they get, they will learn how to comprehend comprehend all the informations correctly, analyze them, make a synthesis, and finally come out with an educated evaluation. The last point for the yellow hat is that the acceptance of the proposal will help to widen the social range or the social network among students. In a diverse ecosystem, the students will actually learn how to deal with different ideas firsthand. They will also learn how to connect with people intellectually by having fruitful discussions. Plus, the students will be more prepared in facing the real tougher world outside of the university. Now that we have finished with the yellow hat, we're going to go to the green hat, which is a hat that talks about new ideas and solutions, especially for the problems that has arisen in the black hat. Now, the first proposed idea is for the university to conduct a debate or a dialogue between those of different thinking and ideas. This is actually not a very novel idea as it has been done by the University of Oxford, but I think it can still be considered novel in the Malaysian context. This debate should be done every semester and joined by both the lecturers and students. By doing this, hopefully it can liven up the intellectual tradition, which is what a university um, should be. The next idea is that the university should include in its curriculum subjects that teach the fundamentals of Islam in a critical way. This is to revive the classical teachings of Islam with an added value that will equip the students with necessary knowledge so that, especially the young students nowadays, so that they will not easily go out of the correct realm. Um, yes, and the teachers or the lecturers who are to teach the subjects must pass through certain evaluations to make sure that they are really credible to teach this subject. And besides, discussions between the students and the lecturers needs to be made compulsory, like a part of the evaluation system or part of the assessment. The final idea is also for the university to conduct a special subject that teaches the ethics of professional criticism. This subject should be made compulsory to all IRKHS students because of the nature of their studies that deals a lot with different ideas, different theories from different people. If it's difficult to make it into the academic curriculum, they can also make it as a co-curricular subject, replacing Usra Budi, for example. Here, the students will learn how does Islam deal with disagreements, the adab, the basic etiquettes of disagreements, while also learn how to form a sound argument when agreeing or disagreeing with anything.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Shafika, and I'm going to continue by presenting the blue hats, which is also the conclusions for our case. So to summarize everything, we comes up with different ideas and explanations on whether to accept or reject the proposals. So under the white hats, we had stated the facts that related to the issues such as the philosophies of IUM and also how the Malaysian university handling foreign ideologies and conditions of the student themselves. Plus, in the red hat, we had stated the feelings that comes up with the ideas of accepting different ideologies to be views in IUM, such as a pleasure, excitement, and enthusiasm, where they could learn many different new things. Other than that, in the black hat, we had also prepared with the worst case scenario, where by viewing different ideologies, that might create a bigger confusions among the students, as they might be too much for them. However, the ideas from the yellow hats is too big of a benefits to be neglected, that which also comes with the green hat that complements with the yellow hat to counteract the black hats. So after all these pros and cons listed, we comes with the conclusions, and we had agreed to accept the proposal of allowing different ideology be viewed in IIUM, but with the conditions with all the ideas from the green hats to be implemented. So that's all from us. Thank you.